Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We are at our final Lunch and Learn session, week 6. Thank you so much for being with me during these 6 weeks, whether you watch live or watching the replay. I truly appreciate it. And I hope that I've shared some information that has been helpful to you. So let's wrap up this series with today's topic, and we're going to talk about what it really means to step away and why it may be time for you to step away. So, for those of you who do not know, I'm Bernadette L. Harris. I am a business strategist and also a retreat host, and I'll share more about my retreat at the end of this video. Um, again, welcome back to week 6 of our Lunch and Learn series. And today we're going to talk about what it really means to step away. And in sharing a personal story, there are two specific times that I stepped away from my business and I was able to see the benefit of that. In December of 2023, I had to have eye surgery. And with this surgery, I was going to be out. I didn't know because I've since had a second surgery, but it was my first time having this type of surgery. So I didn't know how long I would be out. And so I planned for the most amount of time with the hopes that I would be back sooner. So I planned to be out for a month and to ease back into work by like week 5. And so what that meant was I had to depend on my team. And it's like, why does that sound crazy? Why wouldn't you depend on them to do the things that you're paying them to do? And that time away, it helped me, of course, with my health, but it also helped me in my business because stepping away from the business, even though it wasn't to attend a retreat or to plan to work on my business, stepping away from my business helped me to see what worked as far as my systems, what didn't work, where the holes were, where the gaps were, and it allowed me to be able to plug those holes when I came back. And sometimes in our business, it's important for us to step away, whether it's to step away for a health reason like I did, or if it's to step away just so that you can think clearly. It's important sometimes to step away from stuff because when we're in it all the time, it's really hard to see everything that you need to see. So stepping back and stepping away is a great way of being able to see things a little differently. So as we've done in the previous sessions, I'm going to give you your 3 takeaways, ask you some thought-provoking questions, and wrap this thing up. So the first takeaway that I want to talk about is how stepping away strengthens your business. Like I said to you, when I stepped away to have my surgery and allow my team to do what they needed to do, it did make my business stronger because I was able to see the areas where I needed to tighten things up or the areas that were working really, really well. And so it helped me to strengthen my business because being away gave me a different vantage point of being able to look at my business. Takeaway number 2 is stillness invites strategy. And so, even though, again, I wasn't at a retreat or at a business conference or anything like that, being away and just having that time to only, a lot of times, I was face down. That's a whole nother story because of the surgery, I had to be face down. But that stillness allowed me an opportunity to think through some strategies and things that I wanted to do or things that I didn't want to do anymore. And so that quiet time was very, very helpful for me to develop an even stronger strategy for my business. And the third takeaway is that, and I've said this before, so I'm not trying to be a broken record, but you don't have to earn a pause. A pause is not something that you get once you've done all these things. Like I've worked myself to the bone, I deserve this pause. You do, but it's not something that you have to earn. Pausing is something that should be a strategic part of running your business. You can't work in your business all the time. You got to take a step back. You got to take a break. You got to do something fun. You got to do something strategic when it comes to your business. So let me give you a couple of questions to think through, and you can journal these or share your comments, share your thoughts in the comments. But what would stepping away look like for you right now? What would that look like? Will it require a medical procedure, or will you take some time off because it's time? What does that look like for you? Second question is, what fears would you need to release to make that happen? Because there are some people who fear if I step away, everything is going to fall apart. And when I have coaching clients who say things like that, the first thing that I ask them is, what is it about your team that makes you not trust them? And so, or what will it take for you to trust your team to do the things that you've hired them to do? And so, what fears would you need to release in order to make that happen for you to be able to step away from your business? And then, what part of you is ready for more space? Where do you see yourself needing and being ready for more space? So, thank you again for being here with me. And if you are truly ready for a reset, I invite you to join me in Mérida, Mexico, September 18th through the 22nd. We're going to have 5 days of strategy, rest, and connection. There'll be a beach day, a welcome dinner at my home, and I cook and I get down. Yes. And so much more. And so, reserve your seat now. This retreat is not a 500-person retreat. This is a very intimate retreat. We're only allowing 10 people. And if it's two or if it's 10, we're going to do all the things, right? And so I'd love it if this is resonating with you for you to go to ceowellnessretreat.com and grab your spot today. Again, thank you so much for being with me this week. And I invite you to join me at the CEO table, which is the spinoff of this Lunch and Learn series, where I'll be sharing lots of great stuff on YouTube Live. So I'll see you in the next video.